Imagine studying computer engineering in a foreign language. Yep, that's me. Well, I just finished my semester 2 and so far everything is going really well. And I thought, why not make a video and share my experience with you guys and let you all know how the university system here in Indonesia actually works. So, hi, I'm Mansi. I'm originally from India, but I've been living in Indonesia for the past 2 years. And like I said, I'm pursuing my degree in computer engineering at a university in Surabaya. And well, before I came here, I had a bunch of questions like, will it be worth it? Will it be okay for me to just study computer engineering in Indonesia? And the most important thing was that will I be able to maintain my GPA? Because I am from a scholarship called KNB scholarship, and we are supposed to maintain a certain level of GPA every semester to keep the scholarship and keep receiving money. So GPA, marks, and the whole system really matters to me. And I know most of my viewers are KNB scholarship applicants, or maybe you want to try out the scholarship. So this video is for you, and I really hope that it helps you have an idea of how the universities in Indonesia actually operate and whether or not you will be able to keep pace with it. So enjoy. The thing is, I am a bachelor's degree student, and because of that, I cannot explain you how the master's or PhD degrees in Indonesia work. So this video is going to be more helpful for students who are planning to pursue their bachelor's degree in the country. Also, please take note of one more important thing, that the universities, they differ in policies. So maybe there are things that one university does to give credits to the student, the other university might not follow the same rules. So please take note of this thing. Talking about the common university structure that is applicable to all the universities throughout Indonesia, then a bachelor's degree here is for 4 years, which is 8 semesters. And there are universities which actually do offer a 3-year course, but the only university that I know is an international university from Australia here, which is like Western Sydney University, and they have a degree program only for 3 years. But rest all the universities, they offer a bachelor's degree for 4 years, regardless of which major you choose, be it engineering, be it law, be it economics, everything for 4 years, and that's when you graduate. Talking about how long a semester is, then a semester lasts for 4 months, and the rest, I think 2 or less months, you have holidays like a semester break. And usually the time period, the odd semester starts in August and ends in December. As for the even semester, it starts in February and ends in June. Now, you must be curious of how the credit system actually works. Well, here the courses are measured in SKS, which stands for Satuan Credit Semester, and most students take 18 to 24 SKS per semester. You get to choose, like there's a maximum limit of 24. You can choose more, you can choose less. The more subjects you choose, the more class hours you have to dedicate, and the workload is more. But then it has its own benefit, because you get to graduate soon. I'll explain it further, but here I have, I'll apply a screenshot of my university's card that I have, where my subjects are mentioned, and the weight, how much weight it carries, is also mentioned. Like subjects like algorithm programming, the SKS is 3, that means it carries a weight of 3 points. Then subjects like statistics, the SKS is 2, that means it carries 2 points. And just like this, each semester the weight is calculated and the total becomes either 24 or 18, like somewhere in between. For me, last semester I took 10 subjects and the SKS was full, like it was 24 out of 24. And the reason why you can try doing it as well, because the more SKS you gain, the sooner you graduate. Like I told you, right, the university system here, like the bachelor's degree lasts for 4 years, but if your credits are full before the 4 years, you can actually graduate in 3.5 years. Like if you're done with your research and the last year theses and stuff, you can actually graduate very early. So why not? But if it's too much for you, it's okay, you can just take 18 SKS or maybe 19 or 20. It's okay. I know you might be wondering whether all the subjects that we choose are related to our own major, or are there any extra subjects that we are supposed to take. Then yes, there are extra subjects that you are supposed to take. Like last semester I chose 10 subjects, right? Out of those 10, 3 were extracurricular subjects, which are called MKU or Mata Kuliah Umum, and these are the subjects that all the university students have to choose regardless of their major. I don't know if this system is the same in all the universities, but for my university it is. Like there are subjects like Bahasa Indonesia, then there's Kewarganegaraan, which is related to Indonesian constitution. Also there's a subject called religion, and you are free to choose whichever religion you follow, and join that class and just learn more about it. But also please take note that my university, it's an open university. It's not dedicated to one particular religion, so we are free to choose which religion we want to join. Like there's Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, and others. But if in case there's a university which is specifically for one religion, then they won't have any other religion classes. So please take notes of that. And it depends on how many MKUs you want to take, cause each university, it depends on their curriculum, like how many MKUs they have involved. And it's not compulsory for everyone to take all the MKUs. It is only for you to get your SKS high. I hope it's clear. Talking about the classes, then in Indonesia usually the classes, they start early morning. For me, my classes, they start around 8 in the morning, and depending on what subjects I chose, the schedule, it differs. Like for me, there used to be days where my classes would start at 8 and then the last class would be until 1 p.m. But also there were days when I would only have one class for the day and then I'd be free. I'm done for the day. If you're wondering if attendance matters, then yes, it does. And there's a rule for my university that if a student skips more than 3 classes without informing the teacher, then they might be marked as fail in that exam, or just they'll get bad grades in that particular subject. If you are sick, if you have some important thing to do, it is recommended for you to just let the teacher know and ask for her or his permission before you decide to skip the class. Cause maybe this is surprising for you, but here it's actually okay for you to just message or text the teacher directly on WhatsApp that I'm sorry, please allow me not to attend the class today cause I have this particular event that I need to go to, or that I am sick. And if you are sick, most of the teachers, they demand a letter from the doctor that you were sick on that particular day and that you were not able to attend the class. Apart from that, sometimes the teacher appoints a class representative, so you can just let the class representative know that you won't be able to attend the class. But please do not skip the class without informing anyone, cause the way the scores for your final exams or the final marks for the particular subject are calculated, they do not just depend on mid-semester and end-semester exams, but there are other factors that matter too. Like let's talk about how the scores are actually calculated. For my university, maybe this is different for other universities, but talking about my university, then there are 2 main exams. Firstly, the mid-semester exams, and the last one is the end-semester exams. And these 2 exams, they carry the maximum weight of 50% or 70% depending on the subject. But apart from this, there's attendance that carry weightage. If you have been skipping classes, if you haven't been attending the class without any valid reason, then for sure you won't be able to pass that subject. And the other thing that matters is assignment submission. Yes, you need to submit your assignments on time. My university's everything is all digital, so we just submit that assignments online, and we know when is the deadline and what we are supposed to do. So make sure your assignments are submitted, make sure your attendance is well maintained, and yes, of course, exams, they do matter. Maybe now you have a question that how are the exams, like, are they very difficult? Is it possible for foreigners like us to actually score good marks in the exams? Cause first thing, all the classes that I attend are all taught in Indonesian. So it's like Indonesian is not my first language. I only studied Indonesian for 1 year, so it is kind of challenging for me to study everything in Indonesian. But there are exceptions. Like for me, I asked special permission from my teachers and my university to allow me to write my exams in English, cause I am a computer science student, right? Usually I study not depending on my university, but I study by myself. And if the exams or the questions are in Indonesian, I won't be able to understand it like completely. That's why I asked them to please make the question paper for me in English, so that I can answer it in English, and this way I can actually maintain my score. So yes, I give my exams in English, and so far so good. It's all okay, cause I'm able to manage it. But again, if you are from a very practical subject like veterinary medicine or some other thing where you really need the teacher's assistance, then maybe the best way is for you to choose a university where they teach in English, and that the exams or the exams are everything is in English. You get my point, right? Now, for KNB scholarship holders, our maximum GPA is supposed to be above 2.7 for the bachelor students. And thankfully, in past semester and this semester as well, I was able to maintain a good GPA. Last time my GPA was 3.5 and this time it's 3.7. So it's quite safe if you are, consistent, if you are really willing to study. You will be able to crack the exams. It's all good. My friend Cindy, her GPA was all like 4 out of 4 in last semester. This one I don't know yet, so it's possible. Don't worry about your GPA, cause it depends on you, how you study, how well maintained your attendance is, if you submit assignments on time. Cause for my university, at least, the assignments we have a lot of time to do, and usually there are assignments which are to be done individually, but there are also assignments which are to be done with your classmates in a group. And either way, I have friends who help me. So yeah, you need to make friends, you need to talk to people. No man can live as an island. So you have to work on it. Talking about the GPA, the way papers are marked, I already told you how the total sum is calculated, but here they called GPA as IPK or IPK, Index Presentasi Cumulative. And usually the grades are, for A it's a 4 point, for B it's a 3 point, for C it's a 2. And to pass a subject, the minimum grade you need is C. If it's D or E, you'll have to repeat the subject. And for me, I think it's quite okay for you to maintain it. It is doable. It's not that hard as you think. Here comes one of the most important parts of the video, cause apart from the academic stuff, there are other extra activities that you are supposed to complete in order to graduate. First thing, let's talk about campus organizations. Now, this thing was quite shocking for me to know that there are organizations, specific organizations in every campus here, which are kind of dedicated towards politics, but it's not completely politics. Like they are involved in, organizing events for the campus, and making sure that the balance is maintained. But also these organizations sometimes they get involved in the country's politics. I think in India also there are universities where this happens, but yeah, here it's like these campus organizations are everywhere. Like in all campuses they have these organizations, and when I first got exposed to them, I was like, this is quite interesting, because it gives students a chance to actually step up, be a leader, and try their hands in event management and organizations and stuff. So it is quite very nice. But as I am a KNB student, right? For me, I was advised not to be joining one of those organizations, because we KNB students, we sign a contract with the government that we won't be involving in any of the political situations or any of the politics that is here in Indonesia. So BEM is actually good. Like they are involved in maintaining the university, but sometimes it happens that in case there is any outrage in the country, the students will be joining the protest. So I don't think for KNB students I'd recommend you to be joining this activity. But apart from these organizations, there are clubs in campus, which is like UKM, or UKMs. There are different clubs in my campus. Like there is one for arts, there are clubs for martial arts, then there are clubs for singing, dancing, traditional dancing, and a lot of them. So if you are planning to learn any of these, you can join. I do join clubs. I joined like martial arts, but it's traditional Indonesian. I've joined that club, and last time I was involved in like a music club. So it depends on you which club you want to join. But yeah, campus organizations I would recommend to be a bit careful, because my teacher said it's good for locals, it is very beneficial for local students to join them, but as you are an international student, I don't see any benefit or any good for you to join it. So I hope you understand. She had her own reasons, obviously. And the second thing is that for you to be able to make your final thesis proposal, you are supposed to gain credits, not just the subject credits, those are different, but there are other credits called SKE, which are calculated through your extracurricular activities and the certificates that you have. Like let's say throughout these 2 years, I've been attending different competitions, I've been going to different seminars, I've been involved in different conferences and activities, right? So whenever I receive any certificate from there, I upload it to my university's website, so that in the end, like in the end of my 3rd year, my teacher will be calculating and seeing how much weightage each certificate carries, and I have to make sure that the weight of those certificates in total is above 50, so that I am able to give my thesis proposal and start working on my research. Maybe it's a bit confusing now, but once you start studying, it will be clear to you. This is one thing. And also one more important thing is that there are few mandatory activities that you have to attend from your universities. I am not sure if these activities are compulsory for other universities as well, but for my university there are 3 different activities, which I'll just explain one of them, which involves like all the students to be going to a remote place for 3 days. There they might be given character development workshop, or they will be helping the locals there, or just like a training camp. Yeah, a training camp will be a good word to explain that. But it's like I have experienced one of I mean 2 of those, and in my opinion, I don't think that those camps are actually healthy or beneficial for international students, especially if somebody is alone in their whole class to be joining those activities, because uh, it becomes very overwhelming. Because I have been to one of the camps, and it was quite very hard because our phone were taken away. Like for 3 days I wasn't able to use my phone, and it was quite a panic because I wasn't able to talk to my parents. Despite we were told, I did inform them that I won't be able to, but still it gets very heavy. And the thing that I was the only foreigner person amongst all the other students, it was kind of like a feeling of feeling out of place, right? But I think, like, if there are such activities that are, involved in your campus, maybe you can just ask them to exempt you from being there, because yeah, it gets very hectic. And yeah, last time I actually told about this. I told about this to KNB as well when they came here for evaluation, and thankfully they heard me. They were in my favor that these type of activities for international students won't really be beneficial, because it gets mentally disturbing sometimes. So in case there is any activity in your campus this way, you can just request them to exempt you, and I'm sure they will understand. uh, yeah, that I think this is it for the total overview of how the Indonesian education in universities actually work. And in case you have any question, just let me know. I hope it was clear, but even if it's not clear, maybe once you start attending your classes, once you start doing your work here, once you start settling down, it will become clear to you. And that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. Bye bye.